Okay, so we are live. Thanks, Aniket. Thanks, Dipanjan. Thanks, Shubhapriya. Right, so how many we have? Okay, around 10 people. So, guys, if you are here, just post in a hi, hello, something in the comment section because this is like the new normal. This is a virtual event, and actually, I'm pretty excited to be here today. So, I'll just tell in the group that we are live, and then I'll be back here. We are live. Live, live, uh, live, and the tech team. So, you know, before this session, I got some query from people that will there be a DSC orientation session? I mean, it's amazing, but actually, I'm waiting for the new batches to come. Most probably, as far as I've heard, like maybe first week of November, mid of November, the first days will come. Once we have the new batches, then we will do a DSC orientation session. Believe me, it's the most amazing session each year that I always look forward to. I myself had fun even last year, and today's going to be very amazing and interesting session. In fact, if any one of you have what Photoshop, which is quite a very common and very famous software, very old, very common, and very famous, and very useful also. You will actually, the speaker that we have today is Amit Manna, and he'll be virtually giving you a hands-on session in Photoshop. And Amit actually has a lot of working experience too. He worked for 2 months at as a designer, full-time designer in College Shala. He's also associated with an NGO. It's called Shippur Srishti, I guess. Yes, it is Shippur Srishti, and Shippur Srishti is a NGO for people because the COVID times have been really tough for a certain section of the society. You know, so they help by providing clean water to drink and essentials. And he's a full-time developer and designer there in Shippur Srishti. I'm also He is also one of the maintainer of our own DCHIT website. Like in the comment section, you'll find this amazing person, Dipanjan Patra. So Dipanjan Patra and Amit Manna, they both together look after our DCHIT website. So yeah, eh, he's he's got quite a lot to share today, and hang on with this session till the end because we also have something really amazing to announce at the end of the session. There are a few surprises, and I'll be back by the end of the session to share those surprises. I'll just now give it over to Amit Manna. Hello, Amit.
Hey, Fazal.
How are
So
you?
I'm fine.
Okay, I'll just leave. Okay.
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 So hey guys, I am Amit. Fazal already told you about me that I am a graphic designer and front-end developer at various places. Apart from this, I am a part of NGO called Tripu Srishti. This is an NGO who help people by giving them clothes and education to children. So that's it about me. Okay. Apart from this, I also a former designer of College Sala. Okay, then let me share my screen first. Okay, wait. Okay, that's it about me. So let's take a look at today's agenda. That we are going to learn some easy and amazing things like changing the color of a image or to make an image black and white. Transform tool, we are going to play with some transform tool, and we are going to change the background of the image. Then I am going to steal this camera and iPhone. Obviously not. I am going to vanish these objects. Okay, then we will learn how to fit an image to any shape, and we will make this poster. This is the last but not the least, because at the end of the session, I will give you some useful links to master your skills at Photoshop, and there is a big surprise is waiting for you. So this is the today's agenda. So without any further ado, let's start the hands-on part. Okay, let me increase my screen.
Okay, anybody can listen me now? Okay, anybody write in the chat box? Okay, right now. So let's start from the beginning. Let's close this image. Now, this is a Photoshop 2020. If you use some older version of Photoshop, you might have not available some features, but those are the 1%, that is very less. So forget about it and let's start design. This is the opening screen. You can open a photo and create a new document. Okay, let's open this photo right now. Okay, these are the photos I have downloaded from pixels.com. This is a great website for downloading free and high resolution stock images. I will give you the link at the end of the session. Now let's open this image first. Now you see this is the toolbar. This is called layer panel. This is the adjustment tools. Okay. In future, sometime you might find that this toolbar moved here, this layer panel moved here, or you can't see the colors, gradients, and patterns tab. So this is very problematic. So to fix it, go to the Windows, select Workspace, and reset Essentials. Okay. Uh, Now changing its color, let's go to the adjustment. There are many adjustment tools. Find the hue saturation tool. This is the hue saturation tool. Okay. Now click on this. You will see that a layer has been occurred on the top of our background image. Okay, this will act as an external filter. It is don't affecting our original image. Okay, now to change its color, let's adjust this hue slider here and see it's changing its color. Now, but I want to change the color of the vans only. So let's reset it by clicking on this icon and then adjust it. Okay, let's reset it first and then select this hand icon and then choose a color you want to change. I want to change the color of this minivan only. So let's choose the yellow color and then change the slider. See, it is only changing the yellow color. Let's keep this color. Okay. Now, if I want to change the both color, so there is another trick. Let's reset it and make sure the hand icon is selected and choose the color first and then click on this plus icon. Then choose another color and then change the slider. See, it's changing the both color now. Okay, this is all about the changing of a color of an object. Now let's make this image black and white. There are two options for make this image black and white. One, you can, let's reset it first. You can make this image black and white by adjust this saturation slider. Okay, let's keep it to the -100. It will make the image black and white. Or there is another advanced option. Let's delete this image layer first and okay, now we deleted this layer. Now find the black and white adjustment tool. This is the black and white adjustment tool. Okay, now okay, the image is black and white, but what are the advantage in this tool? You can make a color more darken or whiten. Like this yellow van, I want to the yellow color to be more darker. So let's move this yellow slider to the darker side. See, it's changing to darker or lighter. Let's make this blue one to darker. Okay, these are the advanced tools. Now I already told that this layer will act as an external filter. It is only affecting our image. Now if you see, there is a I button. If you click on this, the layer will become invisible and again click, the layer will be visible. Okay, this is our original image and this is not. Now this is a background layer. If you move this black and white layer below our background image, see what's happened. Now we can't because the background layer is locked. We can unlock this background layer by double clicking on this layer and hit OK. Now let's move this layer in the below of our background layer. See, it shows our original image. because Photoshop only show us what's on the top layer. Okay, now on the top layer there is our original image. Black and white is behind that, so we can't see the black and white filter. Now if you again move this image on the top, now see, the image is black and white. Okay, now if I want to apply this filter only on the vents, not on the sky or road, so how can we do this? Did you notice this white color here? Okay, this is called layer mask. If we make it black, the layer will become invisible. It will remain here, but it will be invisible. So let's turn it to black. By making it black, let's select the paintbrush tool first. This is the paintbrush tool. Now select the paintbrush tool, make sure the foreground color is black, and then paint on it. See, now you can increase the brush size by right clicking on this brush. Now you can adjust or increase the size like this. I'll make it to this brush size, and this is a hardness slider. Keeping it to the 100% gives you sharper edges like this, and keeping it to the 0% give you smaller, softer edges like this. Now let's zoom at this image first. You can zoom the image by pressing Ctrl and plus at the same time. Again Ctrl and plus. And let's scroll to this area and see the difference. Sharper edges, softer edges. Okay, you can fit the image to the viewport by pressing Ctrl plus 0. Okay, now let's paint black. You see that I am painting black, but the black color is not appearing on our image because it is appearing on our mask. See, let's paint it black and make this layer invisible in those parts. Now if by mistake I paint this color black, I can, if I again paint it white, then it will become visible. See, now again turn it to black, and we need sharper edges for this. Let's zoom here, make the size smaller, and let's paint on this. Okay, you can paint more carefully. I am making a rough selection or paint for teaching you. Now we made this buses black and white. Now save this image. Okay, by saving it, go to file and then save as. Okay, save to our PC, and cars, let's rename it cars edited. Okay, it is saving as a psd file. When you again open this picture in Photoshop show you the distinct layer. Now let's save it once more in JPG file. Now cars edited, now save this. Okay, now it is asking you for the quality. If you make the quality, keep the quality to the 12 or maximum, it will give you a 4.6 MB image. Now let's decrease it. Now see, it is giving now a 2.5 MB image. Now keep this size, hit OK, and it is saved. Now let's close this image, and now let's learn some another tool. Okay, now it's time for some transformation tool. Okay, you can open an image by selecting this, or just open your file explorer and then select the image and drag it to the Photoshop. Okay, now this is the image I took in Ladakh in October 2019, Siachen Warriors. Okay, now we will unlock the layer first. Double clicking on the layer, hit OK. Now let's drag another image for the background. Now see, it is the transformation tool. Okay, you can resize the image as you want, but you can't resize it to now it is keep the height and width ratio same, but if you hold shift and drag it like this, you can't change the height and width ratio. Okay, now again, now let's keep this image here and hit OK. Now move this layer below our original image. Now it's time for some playing. Let's press Ctrl T. This is the free transformation tool. You can resize this image, and let's check what is this option. Okay, let's click on this. Now let's move the mouse to this corner and click and drag it. See what's happened. Now select OK. Now this is a paintbrush tool. Now this image, okay, this looks good. Okay, we have learned the transform tool. Now save this image by pressing Ctrl+S and save as JPG Ladakh edited. Yeah, let's make this image. Okay, now it's time for changing some background. I know this picture looks good with this background, but we will change the background for our learning. Now unlock this layer first and hit OK. Now I have already downloaded another background from pixels.com, and let's resize it and place it. Now move this layer to the bottom. Now we can change our background by erasing the sky on our original image. For erasing it, let's pick eraser and erase our original background. But what if I erase this part by mistake? We can't bring those areas I have erased. Actually, we can by pressing Ctrl and Z. This is the undo option. This is the shortcut for undo. Again Ctrl+Z, again Ctrl+Z. Okay, but this is a very bad habit. Let's delete our original image and place another copy of our original image. Now, remember the masking tool? It will invisible if we make the mask black. So apply a layer mask on our original image first. This is the layer mask to apply. Click on this. See, a layer mask has appeared. Now paint it black. Okay. Now if I paint black on this area by mistake, I can again paint white and our original image is back. Now paint black on this. Paint these areas very carefully, and I'm going to paint it very rough because we have very less time, but you can take your own time and paint carefully for a nice and amazing image. Okay, now we have changed the background. It's like magic, I know. Now let's save this image and to JPG, edited. Now save this image. Now it's my favorite part. I There are various things on the table. I am going to steal the camera and this iPhone and this lens also. Okay, I'm going to steal all these items. Okay, so for vanishing an object, let's select this object first. So what can I do for selecting these objects? There are multiple selection tools like this rectangular selection tool. Okay, if you click and drag like this, it will give you a rectangular area selected. Now you can deselect it by going to select and deselect. Now you can change it by right clicking on this, and let's make it a ellipse tool. Okay, this is good for selecting the hat like this. Okay, now you can deselect it by pressing Ctrl plus D also. Or now this is the time for lasso tool. This lasso tool, press Ctrl plus D. Okay, this lasso tool gives you free selection, like for the shoes. See, it is giving us free selection area. Okay, you can change it to polygon lasso tool. Polygon lasso tool gives a straight line and corners, or I can say we can select a polygon area like for the skateboard. Click on this part and again on this part, again on this part, again, 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 again. Now we have selected the skateboard. Okay, now let's, what happened? Now let's deselect it. Okay, what's happened? Uh, you can delete these points by pressing delete button. Now what happened? I don't know. Select and mask. I think my Photoshop gets hang. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a polygon lasso tool. Okay, I rarely use this, and this is a quick selection tool. Quick selection tool, you can change the brush size by this. Okay, quick selection tool is useful for selecting this type of image or this type of image. Okay, now select this. Just click and hover over the item. Now it will give you a quick selection, quick and rough selection. Okay, this is very useful. Now I am going to deselect it all and select the camera first. Let's select rectangle tool and select the camera, and for vanishing this, Go to the edit and find fill. Makes your content award is selected and hit OK. Now Photoshop is computing and we have vanished our camera, or you can say I still is camera. I stole it. Now it's time for the iPhone. Let's select it. Go to the edit, fill, make sure content award is selected. Now hit OK. Okay. Now it is also vanish. Now let's make this hat also vanish. Let's Okay, this is a rough selection. Okay, edit, fill, content award. Okay, okay, we have finished. Okay, let's save this image. Okay, let's don't save it. Now we have learned many things. Now it's time for some clipping mask. Now let's create a image first. Now it is asking for height and width. Let's choose height of a 1000 pixel and 1000 pixel. You can change the unit size from pixels to inches or centimeter, whatever you want. I am selecting pixels right now. Let's hit create. Now it is a blank document. Okay, let's place our image first. Now let's write on something on it. Okay, this is the text tool. Let's write it. Write pink. Okay, pink, and hit OK. You can't see the pink color clearly because it is colored black. You can change its color by clicking on here and whatever you want. Now hit OK, and you can resize it by changing its font size, and you can change the font from here. There are multiple fonts. I choose Carter one, and you can make it bigger by pressing Ctrl plus T also. Okay, this is a free transform tool we have already learned. Now hit OK. Now I want to appear the image or fit the image on this pink text only. Now move this pink text layer below our flower layer and see carefully. I move the mouse in between the two layers, and if I press Alt button, see the mouse pointer is changing. Okay, it is the clipping mask icon. Now click on that. Now see the picture is fitted into the layer. You can resize the picture like this time also. Now this. Okay, it is cool, huh? Okay, let's save it image JPG untitled one. Let's make it. Okay, now we have learned many single tips and tricks. It's time for creating a poster. Now you need some another knowledge for creating a poster, like the height and width or dimensions of the poster. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the all platforms have different dimensions like this. Let's search this Facebook post size. See, 1200 pixels wide and 628 pixel tall. Let's search for Instagram image, Instagram post size. 1080 by 1080, 1080 by 1350, 1080 by 680, 608 pixels. This all are Instagram post size. Now let's search for YouTube thumbnail size. Okay, this is 1280 by 720. Now I am going to create an YouTube thumbnail, so let's make this dimension 1280 by 720. Let's open our poster for reference. We are going to create this poster. Okay, now at first this is our empty background layer. Let's move this Photoshop logo to our poster and resize it. uh, this looks nice, and place it. Now we need a background color, so create a solid adjustment layer like this and color whatever you want. Okay, now I color it to this, and now we can't see our logo because it's below our back color. Now let's move this color layer below our Photoshop logo and let's change the color by double clicking on this color. And you now see, if you move the mouse outside the color picker tool, it is a dropper tool. Now select, choose those color what you want. Now I choose this color, hit OK. Now it's fine. Okay, now let's write this Photoshop essentials and bit.ly. Select the text tool and let's write on it Photoshop essentials and change its color to this color. Okay, let's zoom in. Choose this color. Okay, at first I don't change. Now fit into the photo. Now change its font to the product sans and resize it by pressing Ctrl and T. This looks good. Now bit.ly slash es essential, color it to white and resize it. Now I want it to align with this Photoshop essential sticks. Resize it. Okay. Now, if you see carefully, there is a ruler tool. If you can't see this ruler tool, place Ctrl and R. It will become visible or invisible. Okay. You can move the mouse to here and drag a guide layer like this. Now, this is a guide line, and let's pick up the move tool and align with the Photoshop layer. Okay, now it's cool. Let's make this text layer as a group. Hold the shift key and select both layers and press Ctrl G. It will group those layers. Now if we resize it, see, both the layers is selected. Now rename it as text. It's a good habit for grouping the layers. Okay, let's invisible the guide. We don't need guide anymore right now, so we can remove this guide by pressing Control plus semicolon. See, we need the waves. Let's draw these waves. Okay, for drawing wave, we have a pen tool and a curvature tool. Let's select the curvature tool. The difference between those is curvature gives you a curve. Just click and click here and click here and click here. See, it will become a curve. Delete those points and okay, I mistakenly I deleted the group. And if you make it to pen tool, now if you make a point, it will give you straight line that have sharper edges. Now delete those. We need curvature pen tool for creating these waves. Let's add a new layer by clicking on this layer icon. Now make a point, make a point, make a point. Okay, this is the pen tool. Let's select curvature tool first. Make a point, make a point, make a point, and make another point, another point, another point. Okay, move this point to here and this. Now we need pen tool right now because we need to draw straight lines and join this like this. Now you can see a selection option. Here is a selection option. Click on the selection icon, hit OK. Now it is selected now. Now remember our layer should be selected. We want to draw. Now select this paintbrush and change its foreground color to the color I want. I want this color. Now paint on this like this. Now it's painted. Now deselect it by pressing Ctrl and D and change its opacity. Opacity level means the level of transparency. See, here is the opacity level. If you decrease it, it will become transparent like this. This is 0%. Now make it 20%. Okay. Now make a copy of this layer by pressing Ctrl plus J. See, layer 1 copy and move this layer for, okay, let's move here. And again Ctrl plus J. Now move his layer here like this. Okay, this looks good to me. Okay, now group these layers also. Press Ctrl and G and rename it waves left. Hit enter. Now we need another waves for our right corner. Now we have already grouped our waves. Now press Ctrl J to copy these groups and hit Ctrl plus T and move these layers. Right click on this, flip horizontal and flip vertical. Now place it here. Okay, you can adjust these layers like this. Okay, this looks good to me. Now rename it to layer waves right, enter. Now we have drawn our waves. Now it's time for make these shapes. For drawing our shapes, this is a rounded rectangle tool. You can change it to rectangle, ellipse, polygon, line. This is called shape tools. Now we need a rectangle, or let's draw a line first. Okay, this is the fill color and the stroke color. Okay, let's draw a line first And okay, this looks good. If you decrease the stroke, our line will become thinner. Let's 88 pixels. Okay, now deselect it. Okay, now you can see shape 1. Now let's draw a rectangle tool. Now select the rectangle tool and draw it. You can draw a rectangle, but if you hold shift, then it will become a square. Now this is a perfect size for me. Now if you change the fill color to white, see, it's changing its inner color. Now I want no color. This is a no color option. Let's select this, and if you make these strokes thinner, or see, let's make this for 2.88 pixels. Now move this square. For moving it, select the rectangle layer and press the up arrow key, side arrow key, whatever you want, or where you want to shift. Let's draw a circle. For circle, we will use ellipse tool, and the same thing, you can click and drag. It is an ellipse now, and if you hold shift, it will give you a circle. Okay, now move this layer also by pressing the up key. Looks good. Now it's time for a triangle. You can't see a option for triangle because this is a polygon tool. Okay, select the polygon tool first, and see, here is a side options. The side is by default selecting as 5. Now if you draw, it will give you a star because at settings the star option is selected. If you deselect it and again draw, it will give you a pentagon. Now change it to 6 and then draw. If you, it will give you a hexagon. Okay, now delete it. We need a triangle, so make this side to 3 and then draw a triangle. Okay, now move this, select the move tool and select the layer and move it to here. Now see, we have already created many things. Now we need a developer students logo here. I have already the developer student logo, so select this and drag to our Photoshop and resize it and place it here. Okay, this looks nice. Let's move it to the left or make it a little bit smaller. It is fine. Now select these shapes as a group. Let's rename it shapes. Now, this is a DSC logo linear. Now it's time for placing my image. Now bring those image, resize it, place it. But see, this is a square image. We need a circle image. Remember the clipping mask tool? We can fit any image to any shape. So we will use that clipping mask tool. Let's draw a circle by selecting the ellipse tool and draw a circle. This size looks perfect. Okay, now this is a border for inside and border for outside. Okay, now this is a circle on the top of my image. Let's move this layer below my image, and then remember, Let's move the mouse in between the layers and press Alt and then click it. Click on it. See, it fits. Uh, let's adjust it. Okay, now it looks good. Select it, group it, and rename it photo. Okay, let's draw another shape for this title. Let's select rounded rectangle tool and draw here. Now see, this is a rectangle, have rounded corners. This is the radius. If you increase the radius, it will give you rounded corner, and decrease the radius, give you sharper corner. Let's increase it and change the fill color to this color. Okay, this color is fine, and decrease its opacity to 40%. Now move this layer and type your name, Amit Manna, and change its color to white and resize it by pressing Ctrl and T and place it. Okay, looks good. Now let's, I have forgotten something, the date. Okay, let's group this layer first. One, let's rename it to the name. Now let's write this September 27 at 6 p.m. Now place it. Okay, we have completed our poster, and let's save it first, then rename it PS Essentials and save it. I'm saving it as a Photoshop file first, then a PNG file. Now it will ask you for a larger size, medium size, smallest size. Let's make it larger size. Okay, now we have completed our today's session. Now we are on the end. Now it's time for you for asking questions. Okay, can you share the link to the latest PS file after the session? Okay, PS files mean, I think you are meaning the Photoshop software, right? You can download it from adobe.com/in, or you, if you want to get it free, just Google it. Google is your friend. Okay, I am not going to tell you. Okay, any another question? I'm waiting for the questions. Yeah, which college do you belong? I'm belonging from Heritage Institute of Technology. So with Goyal. Institute of Technology. we are okay, we are you pressing the shift key while resizing the pics. Okay, pressing the shift key, okay, Photoshop gives you the permission for changing height and width ratio. Let's try it on this. Now this is a shape. Press Ctrl T. If you transform it, see, it will keep the height and width ratio same. Now if you hold the shift key and then want to transform it, see, you can change the height and width as you want. Okay, I think you have understand, right? Opacity or color value. Why opacity over custom color value? Okay, Dipanjan, sometime I can't select or find the right color, or so that I choose some times opacity level over the custom colors. It's up to you, whatever you want. Okay, yes, thanks. Okay, any other questions? Okay, now I will give you the drive link, and there are some useful links to master your skills of Photoshop. Now I am giving you the links. Now this is a drive link. You can find all the finished PSD files, and there is a file called Photoshop resources. So you can find useful links there to master your skills. Okay, now it's time for the big announcement, which will be announced by our DSC lead Faisal. So Faisal, it's over to you.
Hey guys. Hello Amit. The session was amazing, dude. Amit. Okay, Amit is gone. Okay, okay. So, yes, I'll be sharing my screen too. So, first of all, the program that I'm going to talk about, there are two programs. Number one is Hacktoberfest, which is really famous, something that we do every year. It's about making 4 or 5 pull requests, successful pull requests, and you get swags and t shirts for that. So that is a session that we are targeting to do next week. So that is the first announcement. It will be the speaker for that session is Dipanjan Patra, and coincidentally, our Google Cloud facilitator is also Dipanjan Patra. Yes, amazing session. You're right, Dipanjan. So this is so our Google Cloud facilitator for Heritage Institute of Technology for our campus is Dipanjan, and he'll be taking care of the program called 30 Days of Google Cloud. I'm just going to share my screen just to give you a brief glimpse what it is, and then later on we will be putting out all the links and resources on our Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn channels. So share screen. Yep, share. Are you guys ready? Okay. So this is the 30 days of Google Cloud. It starts from October 1st, 2020 to October 31st. So don't worry. Today is 27th of September. Every link will be given out today itself by within 9 o'clock. So let's go to home. What it is, first of all. So this link will also be shared with you guys. This program is very, very focused on Google Cloud. Okay, so let's just see the syllabus. There are two tracks simply. One is about your basic cloud engineering track, where it is about how you are going to create and manage your cloud resource, or what infrastructure you will use and how will you use and how will you set up and configure it. And then cloud environments, networking, and Kubernetes. And second track is about data science and machine learning, which you'll see. It's about again cloud resources, data, ML, AI. It ends up with machine exploring machine learning models. So I hope you'll have fun. There are 6 badges in each of them. There are 2 tracks, and yeah, there are. It comes with some prizes, and it is done through Quick Labs. If you see here, I hope some of you are already familiar with Quick Labs. If not, Dipanjan is there for you guys. In fact, you can reach out to Dipanjan anytime. You can reach out to me also. And yeah, this is the prize rules. Yes, this is the deadline in bold black letters, 31st of October, 11:59 p.m. So this is what you get for the first track: a black t-shirt and sticker. This is for the second track, and if you complete both, this is what you get. Okay, now I'm going to close this tab. I'm going to stop my sharing screen. So are you guys excited to see what you just saw? And okay, okay. GCB Crash Course 2019 swag are still, yeah. I mean, due to COVID, due to COVID, he still has them. I think in his house only. So when everything unlocks, maybe when the college reopens, then we'll do it, most probably. So yeah, those were the 2 announcements. Number one, Hacktoberfest. Number two, Google Cloud Program. We are rolling out the Google Cloud Program tonight itself. As for Hacktoberfest, we have got an amazing guy, Dipanjan. He'll be taking care of you next week. So I hope to see all of you next week. Stay safe. Have fun. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. And